and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Sporting160EN podcast. Season is among us. We got a special guest with us today, too. But before we get to him, joined by my cohorts as always, my main man, Christian. What's up, Christian? Here's your banner here. Hold on. There you are. Oh, starting off strong with the freeze. All right. Let me quickly add your ad here, Dave, because I forgot to do so. We're also joined by our favorite bucket. Oh, Christian, you're back. What's up, bro?
I could tell it's like one of those days where it could be suspicious conditions. I hope it gets better, but I'm good. Crazy way to start the season, but yeah, excited to talk about it.
Joined by our favorite Bracarense and personally my favorite gambler. Always with the hot takes.
Degenerate gambler.
That Gilles Vicente one. Oh my god, bro! What a way to lose money. But of course, we're joined by Dave Pereira, Braga's #1 fan. What's going on, Dave?
Thanks for having me, fellas. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure's all ours, bro. And of course, if you want to follow me, where am I here? There I am. If you want to follow Sam, who's on vacation, posting beer pictures every hour.
That's right.
Let's go, Sam.
Where is the man?
He's in Cyprus, Greece. I think he might be in Greece.
Greece, I think.
Greece, yes.
Greece or Cyprus, yeah.
And then, of course, don't forget to follow the page, Sporting160EN. All right. We got a few Twitter questions here. Let me quickly share this on the screen. And we'll answer them quickly before moving on to that crazy game. So first question came in from Marco Costa. Marco Costa with an extra A at the end. Do you think Fran Navarro will be a good fit for the team? Of course, this is a player that Sporting fans have linked him to Sporting, nobody else. I think yes, because he's still young with a lot of potential to become a great forward. With the right team to support him, I think Sporting should invest in him. Christian, I'll ask you, dude. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'd certainly take him. I take a little, $4 million in league transfer. I think he won man of the match in their first game of the season.
Yep.
Yesterday. So yeah. He is the problem is he is linked by Sporting fans. He's not actually linked by anyone with credentials or sources. So we're just gonna have to keep waiting on that one.
There's some leverage there. That's how you guys got Slimani back, I feel like.
That's true.
That's the fucking leverage right there.
Dave, what are your thoughts on Navarro in general? I mean, would you have? I don't know if you guys even need him at this point, but would you have him at Braga?
Dude, I like him in general. I don't think by any means is he some like out of this world striker. I mean, if you're looking for a backup striker for your club, maybe I would take him though. I think he's shown that he's pretty efficient. I think he usually gets a good poke at the ball. I don't think he's worldly, but I think he's a good striker for this league. I think he's still going to score goals this year, even without Lino there and pressure on him. And I think he'll be all right. I think his time there is going to be numbered unless they get into the conference league. Yeah. I do. I think he's numbered there. Even if he finishes out this year, January, I think somebody can grab him. Where'd he come from? Valencia as well? I'm sure he has some aspirations to like move.
I feel like it's like Espanyol or something.
Yeah.
Mate, you're probably right. Hold on.
Right. No, I like him though. I think he's a good player. I think
it is Valencia.
Right. Dude, they got rid of so many. I mean, every striker that comes to Portugal, I feel like, is from Valencia. Like Abel Ruiz was there. Mario Gonzalez was there. They can have Mario Gonzalez. That's who they can have.
Yeah, facts, fair. Next question comes in from Paul Rodriguez. Bigger problem for Sporting, the defense or Paulinho? Dave, from an outsider looking in, and as Paulinho was a good player for you guys, I'd say. I don't want to say club legend, but he's definitely up there with the
goals. He got a good amount of goals. Yeah, right.
For recently, what are your thoughts on that? What's the bigger problem for Sporting?
That's a good question. Without getting too much into the game right now, I'd say you guys bet too hard on replacing Paulinho. I think you guys put a lot of weight into the fact that your offensive game will be good enough to hold the ball and possess the ball when that dude is just a beast. I don't think you guys blow 3 leads with that guy on the field. Would have never have happened. I don't care if you have friggin' who came in at the end. Who's the defender you guys brought in? No, the other one.
Oh,
you
St.
guys just
Juice.
pay like
St. Juice.
right,
Juice.
dude. He just didn't look like he knew where to go.
No.
Like he was running around there, light-skinned Andre 3000, dude. He did not know what he was doing, bro. He was, to me, that's what I saw out there. But this would have never have happened. Never with Bailing on the field, bro. You don't blow 3 leads. And I'm not taking credit away from my club, bro. I just don't see that happen. So I think your defensive midfield, and that's just confusion. But, yeah, it's not Paulinho whiffing on a couple passes. That's my guy, too. I like him, but I don't think it's that'll come around. Your offense will come. See what happened to your defense.
Yeah. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, they're both concerning. I feel like the defense, honestly, is more likely to sort itself out. I thought Coates was uncharacteristically bad. I thought Inacio was Well, Inacio's had some shaky performances, but this was like worse than just a shaky performance. It was a flat out bad performance. Same with Mateus Reis, flat out bad performance, in my opinion. Adan didn't do himself any favors. Not his fault, but didn't do himself any favors, didn't do us any favors. So St. Juice, big money replacement, injuries / not in game shape / has negative chemistry with any of his new teammates. Pretty concerning.
Dude, not to cut you off, bro. He gave up that last goal, dude. This dude turned around and complained like my wife.
Coates didn't mark either, but they did not communicate.
I go to the grocery store. I forget something. She's like, "Did you get this?" That's the same expression I give him. Like, what do you mean? I did everything I could. Like, dude, he had no idea what the freak to say, dude. He had no excuses. Oh, dude, it was great to see.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm not talking out loud. I think that's a bad Paulinho performance, but I think his mean performance is better than that. But the defense 3 at the back, the depth of it, and just if one of them gets sold, if Inacio gets sold, I don't see the bodies to fill the 3 at the back at a high level, in my opinion.
Bro, I'm even worried. I mean, no St. Juice. We didn't even play Neto at the back. Like, I'm worried, one more injury happens, I thought St. Juice was going to be out after 5 minutes of him being on, personally. And then if
he's
he gets
injured, not actually fit yet. He can play 30 minutes, yeah.
And next week, if he doesn't start against Rio Ave, I start looking at the Porto game and I start thinking, are we going in with Mateus Reis again at center back? I mean, mind you, and we'll get to it. We might as well actually get to it now. Let me put the lineup up real quick. But like I was saying, mind you, Nuno Santos, I think, had an amazing game. I don't understand why we took him off so early, but are we gonna how are we gonna rock our back 3 if St. Juice doesn't get to start against Rio Ave? Anyways, going with the lineup, we had Sporting had Adan in net, Inacio with a 4.1, goddamn, Coates and Mateus Reis, Porto and Nuno Santos taking up the fullback position. Midfield, we had Murita and Mateus Nunes. And then up top, Trincão, Paulinho, and Pedro Gonçalves. Substitutions of Ugarte, Marcus Edwards, who ended up getting a goal, St. Just, Rochinha, and Isgaio. Braga's 11 was Mateus Jeanette. They had Siqueira, Nicate, Tormena, and Vitor Gomez, I think it is. Then Ricardo Horta, André Horta, Al-Musrati, Yuri in the midfield with Banza and Vitinha up top. Fabiano, Rodrigo Gomes, the 18-year-old maybe, André Castro, Jallo, and Abel Ruiz coming in. Dave, I'll pass it off right to you. What were your thoughts on this game? Braga, how well do you see this, or how well did you see Braga perform?
Excluding performances for the beginning of this little preamble I have, this was by far everything you asked to see in Portuguese football.
100%.
You want effort, goals. You want these people dying every second. They're getting up. They're pushing through each other. It gets a little dirty, right? A couple shirt pulls, but that's part of the game when it gets to this level of intensity. I think by far, even regardless of what fan base you're in, you got to say this was the way you want to start a year. And if there's more games like this, Portuguese football is headed in a better direction. I'll say that. From a team standpoint, where do I begin here? I'm happy there's like some offensive creativity at the beginning of the year. It's like we switched, man. Like Carlos Carvalhal was like such a ball possession finesse guy. He wanted to move the ball as a group. And like Arthur Jorge just said, no, we're not playing that. We're gonna grab Banza. He's a tough dude. He's gonna push back central defenders. He's gonna be physical. Vitinha has that roughness in him. And this is who we are now. We're gonna push down the field, dump the ball, pressure, and go from there, which is a complete switch in like philosophy, I think. It's nice to see because we started the year off last year with a bunch of draws, no creativity, no shots on net. I'm pretty sure we outshot you this game, at least on net. Not quite sure. So it was nice to see that aspect. Defensively, I think the growing pains are going to be there. You got a young 22-year-old right back who is actually now he's out for the next 3 weeks. So we're going to be with Fabiano for the next 3 weeks. And Tormento, who's always good for one good screw up a game, and a young 22-year-old. Wondering if Braga's going to have defensive problems, like wondering if the sun's going to come up. You know what I mean? It's inevitable. It's going to happen. But overall, I like the way we played. They pushed. They had effort. They battled. There was obviously the fluidity. Horta's by no means is he some world-class player, dude, but Ricardo Horta, ability to come in and out, make the right passes, be involved, sneak in behind defenders. He's a very good player. He helps the midfield out so much. So I'm happy with how we are. Whether he stays, we'll get into that, but no clue. I'm okay with the performance. I think going forward, you can tighten up the defense a bit. I'm happy offensively what we got. That I am.
Yeah, even Banza, bro. I look at Banza on your guys' team, and I'm like, how the fuck did Sporting not decide to scoop him up, man?
Banza Ma, dude. He was a beast. He was by far one of the most important parts of that game.
Yeah, agreed. You know? Chris, take it away, dude. Thoughts on the game?
Yeah, honestly the first like 35 minutes I thought were actually really promising from Sporting. I thought we were actually playing really well, carving out chances. Our problems were coming off of the break and our own defensive errors. And then obviously conceding a goal right before half it is devastating, especially off like a 60-yard like a free kick, just looping in, like can't happen. I think Emily said that's the first time they conceded on like a dead ball from that far away, which I believe him because I feel like we would remember that more because it's like it's the guy, obviously the guy, I don't remember who on Braga scored it, but it's obviously the two players he's in between are Inacio and Reyes. Predictable there.
On that play, who do you think? Do you think Adán?
It's Reyes more. It's Reyes
so?
more. I think Reyes. I think Reyes completely loses his man and has no idea. The header is still a lot of work to do, to be honest.
He put it in a great spot, came off his head with velocity.
Yeah. He's like 15 yards out, like to the side a little bit. That's not a gimme header. Had to be right in the corner. Adán doesn't. Again, we can't fault Adán because it's not like he's likely to save it, but.
You expect him to make that save from that distance?
No, old Adán sometimes pulls one out, that's going in. But I can't remember the last time he really,
Dude, that play by itself.
He doesn't do it as much. He doesn't do it as much. He's also 35, he's when we first,
Is he that old? He's 35?
35 now.
Goalies are different though, right? Goalies are different.
Yeah.
Goalies can probably go to
his stretch lost,
easy.
7 centimeters.
Maybe, yeah.
All right. It made a difference there.
But yeah, I actually really liked the football. I thought it was good going forward. Paulinho, I thought had a bad half. Porro, despite assisting the goal, I thought was pretty, we expect more from him. We expect more from these players. On the other hand, I thought Matheus Nunes was playing like Man City and Liverpool had scouts in the stands. My man was like in beast mode. I honestly think he probably like tired out a little bit because like he was just going on like 40-yard runs. The goal to Nuno Santos, the run is insane. It's a good through ball. I do not know if Nuno Santos means to like spike it into the ground like that, but the way it hits the ground, it just perfectly goes over the goalie. Not so sure if that was 100% intentional, but he still came through, made some really clean contact on the hit. But
he couldn't replicate that goal ever again. It was like perfect.
It was insane.
Dude, he's probably the most aggravated player to watch on your club because you'd like him on your club because he's a pest. Yeah. But you just hate, dude. He scored one like that when he was in Rio Ave against Braga.
He's got that in him too, low-key.
Right. He's a good player.
A good ball as well. Yeah.
Right. He couldn't replicate that goal again. It was just perfect.
But yeah, he's a bit lucky on that one.
Right.
The
20-yard
volley into the ground.
No man's land. What was he supposed to do there? He played it fairly, came out to attack it, and then got looped over.
But the play lead up to that is all, Matheus Nunes.
Right. That's an individual performance that you probably don't. Who knows how that goes? I didn't think Cicada had such a bad game on the right or on our left with Puru. He's probably one of the better wing backs in the Iberian Peninsula, man. He's a very good player. So if you expect more from him, he's going to be great. It's unbelievable. He's a great player. I don't know if he tired out necessarily. Or you talking about Matheus Nunes tiring out?
Matheus Nunes,
yeah.
Half, at least.
All right, so you can see that.
With Matheus too, I felt like. Oh, okay, go. No, I felt like Matheus Nunes didn't have enough like support going forward. I think that's really also the reason why he kept pushing forward and stuff. I guess they also had a lot of space as well. Like that one, the one with the Nunes Sense goal. Since we're mentioning it, he had a ton of space to roam forward, and then I don't know if he knew where he was switching that ball to. I think his intention was just switching it to the other side because he's seen the left maybe a bit more empty. But yeah, what a goal! What a goal from Nunes Sense.
Right. An asshole.
On Nunes Sense, I think where we lost the game at, or tie, or it was still 2-2 when we took him off. Don't get me wrong, and we still took the lead without him. But I think Nunes Sense was borderline our best player this game, and for us to take him off in like the 56th minute, I get the substitution. Don't get me wrong. You introduced St. Just, you put Matheus Reis on the left, but I think we could have sacrificed Matheus Reis or even Inácio in this game. Fuck. I don't think we should have. I think we would have questioned them Mourinho if we did. But even Coates, I think we could have sacrificed in that back line. Because looking back at that third goal, a lot of people blame Isgaio for letting the run in, which of course, it is kind of Isgaio's fault. But you guys are right. Coates and St. Just afterwards are just looking at each other like, what the fuck, and neither one of them picked up the Ruiz in the middle.
Right. That's to me is the more concerning part. Not that Jalot made a run. He's 23 years old. Like that's what young guys do.
He just takes one step away. It's like, it's just a little bit of separation for himself,
Right. Good for him. He was there last year. He didn't get a call up because he wouldn't re-sign a deal. Then he renewed at the end of the year, and then now he's here. So that worked out. Did have a question on Matheus Nunes too. Don't you feel like he can't shoot well enough? Like you feel like he should shoot more?
Like long shots, you mean?
Right, from outside the box. So there's plenty of times where I'm like, this guy, is he holding back because he's worried to commit offensively, so he has to play more defense now? Or like, is it, for him to be a top
He's hit a couple. He's hit a couple of nice ones, but for me, it doesn't feel like he has. If I'm ranking it out of 10, I'll say it's like a 6. There's plenty of other players I would say that have like more of a ripper in them.
Shit, I've seen Palhinha hit a bit more like how can I say it? Like a bit more with oomph behind it rather than like Matheus.
That's what should be concerning because like Palhinha crosses midfield with the ball and he's like, where the fuck? What am I doing? He does not want the ball on the offensive side. That's the one
I
thing with
haven't
those
seen
news he
Morita
probably needs to
enough to
put up.
know if he has that in him, but I could see Morita having that in him a little bit. Promising start from Morita, but obviously, if he's going to be our starting midfielder, there's going to be going to need a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, promising start.
I see Morita more as an 8 than I do as a 6 personally, especially after this game. I thought he lost a lot of midfield battles. I don't mind him, committing a lot of fouls in the midfield like he did, but I seen him lose too many. He's good at moving the ball around at least. I'll give him that. I'm happy with that at least. If we have somebody that can facilitate the ball from the midfield to either the wings or even down the middle to Paulinho. Another player I wanted to talk about was Trincão. I mean, our fan base kind of got at Trincão a bit, but I didn't think he missed that chance. Yes, I don't think Trincão is as bad as we made him out to be, and I also see a load of potential if we continue playing him. Next game against Rio Ave, though, would I start him? Probably not. I'd probably start Marcus Edwards. He came on and scored a goal. He had some impact, but I liked Trincão in this game, to be honest. The way he drove the ball, especially in the second half. Sorry, in the first half, Christian, you actually just tweeted me like a video of him not that long ago where he passed 5 players and then got injured, got fouled right at our midfield. There was a point where we were through, I think it was 3-on-2. Trincão was trying to weave his way in, but he was just forced out wide. But at least he didn't lose the ball there. He didn't panic either. I liked Trincão. I liked the game enough to not shit on him like we were already. He missed one fucking chance. Let's relax a bit personally. And I know we can probably get onto the
unless you were expecting the big money instant impact, this guy's
he's no Sarabia. Let's be real. We paid a lot for him because he's young.
He's 20. He's 22.
Exactly.
And he's 22 coming off.
Too bad.
I'm going to say the first time in his life he failed at football.
Fair. Yeah.
You never know how these people react. The whole thing about being this young talent with promise, with there's pressure with that. Everywhere you go, people are telling you you're the best, you're the best, you're best. You finally fail. How do you recover? I think he's a good player. He's going to be very, very good. He'll be great, probably, if he can figure out the mental aspect of it and the psychological aspect of it. If you look when he came up with Braga, he was pressing to get that first goal. He was dying for that first goal. And then he finally got it, and he just calmed him the hell down. And then he started coming in bunches. He could attack more, fluid. All right, do your thing, guy. Shoot on net. And he wasn't scared to shoot. And you look at last year when he played for Wolves, I don't know if that was their game plan, but he wouldn't shoot. He would not shoot. He'd go down and then pass it back to the middle. So what he was good at when he got sold to Barcelona was attacking and shooting. He would actually put some effort into it. So see what happens. I think mentally he needs to figure out how to get over the fact that he has a fucking dud of a game, or it's am I living up to something? Because I don't think he played that terrible anyway. Is it what you expect for a guy you're going to pay $20 million for? Who knows? But go from there.
Yeah. Agreed. Dave, let's get on to Braga a bit. Chris, unless Chris, you have anything to add on the game per se.
I think Roshinha is going to be an important new Tabata for us. Our new Swiss Army knife. That's the vibe I get from him, and the assist to Edwards is honestly kind of ridiculous, low key. The angle to get that pass through 3 players perfectly like that.
Right. So
whoever that left back was stumbling, trying to stretch to get to it.
It got ricocheted though.
It got slightly ricocheted. But yeah, I guess that's the old Guimarães connection right there.
I was gonna say, Dave, that must have hurt to see the old Guimarães score.
Nah, bro, it's the first time I ever seen those dudes celebrate. So I never seen them dudes celebrate, bro. Every time you see them, they lose it, and they come to Braga, they lose, dude. No, hey, good for them. They're good players, but no, I think the defense is we're not giving up a penalty here. I don't give a shit what you do. You're gonna have to make a play because we're not. I understand, dude, because the penalty with Bot, dude. I threw my hands up. I said, "You gotta be shitting me, dude. Here we go with this shit." I didn't know at the time because it could have been or could not have been. But the fact that a game that's played so well, it's fun to watch, entertaining, has to end in a penalty. You would have been pissed.
Yeah.
So I understood why none of them really attacked it and tried to poke the ball away. And he made a play, got ricocheted, and Marcus Edwards just caught the ball on a stretch. Cicada couldn't stretch anymore, dude. The fucking guy would have tore another fucking knee. And he, good. He scored. Good for him. Didn't last long, but good.
You're on mute, Chris.
I don't know. Dave might not have seen this, but you're more likely to have seen it. Yesterday, Miguel Braga's comments about the penalty, like saying he agreed with it, and he seemed to like imply or even say directly that like the Portuguese league had changed the criteria for the VAR and penalties this season, and like he supported the decision of the new criteria.
Right.
Is there new criteria? Like, would that have been a pen last year?
I don't.
Like,
that's a good question.
I feel like I missed that because I agree because Pot's the one that's foot makes contact. So like, I agree. So. But, like, would that have been a pen last year? Would that have changed? I don't know. I don't know if he's just talking out of his ass or what.
I think Cicada definitely said, well, I got beat. I'm not gonna get a penalty. Like, it is what it is. He got beat. There was no – he was past him. He crossed the ball over. And I did see the comment where he goes – it might have been Varandas, I thought, actually, this morning or yesterday. It was like, I support the decision made. We're not here for Taremi penalties or something.
Yeah, no, it was like, Miguel Braga.
Was it? All right. I saw it come across. I was fucking.
He loves talking about Porto.
I was like, dude,
so that makes sense.
He does.
That's the most Portuguese league thing ever. Yeah, I support the call, and then we don't have to be like these scumbags, right? Yeah. Dude, it's fucking great. No, but I don't know if there's new criteria. I didn't think that was a penalty when I saw it. I saw the replay of it because I think Cicada did commit to just letting the guy go. He got beat.
It looked like it could have been, in real time. There was contact, but it was just initiated by Pot. And
right, it wasn't like it might have been different if he attempted to go for the ball. Like if he continued to stretch that left foot out. And I just think he had completely succumbed to the fact he got beat. I think that was the difference. It was initiated by Pot. But at the same time, could say like, okay, defenders could do that trying to gain position too. And it's still a penalty. So I don't know. I thought it was a good call.
I was just seeing the replay just now because I forgot. At the time, I thought it wasn't a penalty anyways. But Cicada's just sort of like he's just there and he's like backing away already.
Yeah.
And then Bot just happens to get like his trailing foot just hits Cicada. You can even say maybe even Pot was even looking for the contact.
I think he did get tripped up. He did get tripped up, but I just think when he's already rolling, he's like, well, I might as well sell this because I'm fucked now. And
Cicada's not even trying to play the ball anyway, so that's definitely
the one to me what got him. He didn't try to play the ball, so right. And I don't know if there's new criteria. But.
And regardless, it was 2-2. It would have been 3-3. Who knows? Or 3-2. Sorry. Who knows? It still could have finished 3-3 regardless.
Right.
I mean, Braga scored a goal as well. It was offside, but Braga almost fucking took advantage of a fucking Inácio Adan fucking fuck up there. I don't know what the hell happened.
Which is phenomenal to see from like a team who's like, yep, we're going to dump the ball, press the strikers. You got two strikers who were tough.
Yeah.
They pushed. Who made the save at the goal line?
It was Quats. Quats was on the goal line, yeah.
Dude, I couldn't buy this fucking asshole, dude. Because I knew it was going to be offsides. The Bonza was offsides. I just wanted the shot to go in. Maybe Adan saved it. Actually, did it ricochet off the goalie?
I don't think it did. If I remember correctly,
he just kicked it right to him.
They beat Adan, and then Coates was just so happened on. Maybe they did. Hold on, let me just see it right now. Maybe Adan did get a hand to it or something.
I do have a question on. You were complaining about your defenders earlier.
Yeah,
do you see an issue with your team with the three center backs formation? You want to put a more mobile, like you say, Matheus Reis plays this left center back. Right, you find yourself stuck between we only have one center back and two guys who should be that neither of them are center backs because we don't know which one to play together on what side. Matheus Reis can come in. If you think St. Juice is more of like a wing back that's kind of just being a central defender, you have two fast guys, but nobody is a real dedicated center back. So
that's how I see it personally.
Right, you guys at least had. I know for a fact, my club last year, we were in that situation all year. Where it was like, oh, you got three center backs. I'm like, not really. We got Fabiano, who's a right back, playing center back. Or on the other side, you were doing Cicada, who's not a center back either.
Yeah.
So you fall into this friggin' thing where you're like, we really don't have any center backs if this is the case.
That's how I used to see it a lot, even with when Coates, Inácio, and Matheus Reis would play. Because Matheus Reis, he'd be the one that would really push up more from the defensive line, right? And now with St. Just, I think that's why he was brought in. He's been playing a lot more at center back, but he started his career at Feyenoord as a right back,
Right. So who's he going to play for? What would if he had to be on the pitch? Who plays?
I think it would be technically Inácio's spot, but then I think Inácio would move to the left where he's a bit more comfortable.
Right. So
because Inácio's been playing the last 2 years on the right, and he's left-footed. Right. He's caused us a bit of trouble there at times.
Right, but is he even comfortable being on the left?
That's fair. Yeah, we'll have to see.
I don't think I've ever seen him on the left.
It caused us a bit of trouble, like when he fucking controlled it with his like gut and like on the. This was the incident that led to the Coates goal line save.
Yeah,
Adan kind of plays him not the greatest ball, but Inácio does not control it well at all.
Right.
Yeah. So Inácio quick like. Kind of reminds me of when we used to have Rui Patricio in net, and players had to be cognizant that like, hey, pass it to his left foot or else we're fucked. Especially if a striker is like pressing us, it sort of gives me that same vibe, only like obviously different, right? Because he's a defender. But yeah, go ahead, Dave. What were you gonna say?
Like I think you guys right now are in that fucking situation where you're like, we really don't know what our best back three is. At least I remember when you had Fadal. I think his name was Fadal. I don't even. Coates and Inácio.
Yeah.
You knew what you had. You only worried about wingbacks after. And now you're stuck in this fucking situation where you're like, well, maybe we can bring this guy in to play left center back and Nuno Santos could play here. Now, one of them got to come off. So either Matheus Reis comes off or Nuno Santos comes off. So then are you as good offensively as what you planned out to be?
Yeah.
So I think
I'm
laughing
creates
because
the Esgaio problem where he's not actually good in either role, the center back role or the wing back role. He'd probably be better served as a traditional right back in a back four.
Yeah.
So at this point, I don't think he serves either of those roles in this formation.
Agreed.
So
agreed.
Do you guys are in a? I'm laughing because I'm like, man, I remember this situation very well. I'm like, dude, you sit there and you're like, I don't know what the fuck we got. I just know we have one center back and good luck with everything else.
Yeah, honestly.
Dude, you're stuck. I think you're in that. Your team's in that situation where he needs to see what he's gonna put on the field that works.
He was testing a back four in preseason, which is something that he was like for like a year and a half. He would like refuse to change the formation at all, even practice it or even admit that he would want to change it. But he did it for like the first time, it seemed like, this preseason. So we'll see if he switches to it, like in the first third of the season or something.
Doubt it. Yeah, that was my main worry is like our center back and our striker. Like especially after this game, like it's so evident that we need at least another reference up top, unless we're gonna play this false nine. Which fuck, man, like I'm rocking with it. I liked it. Don't get me wrong, but is it the answer?
You're committed now. You're committed.
We have no other choice. Yeah.
You don't have another choice. The second half. What do you think happened in the second half that changed?
Honestly, I felt like we played better in the first and the second. Like Christian said, those first 35 minutes, I didn't think we would lose that game. We went 2-1 up, and I thought, okay, Trincão missed that one chance. I thought, okay, we'll get a 3-1 in here, and then the game's done. You guys scored right at the end of the second half. Fair enough. I was pretty pissed. The more I sat with it, the more I realized, maybe I put too much hate on Adan at the moment. I still think he could have done a bit better. Like you were saying, maybe at 33, 32, he gets that save. He stretches a bit more.
It was a good distance.
It was a good distance. And Matheus Reis is the one more at fault for both goals, really. But that second one, he loses his man, so the defense has me worried. And like I've said a million times on here, I don't think Matheus Reis is a center back. Matheus Reis is our best left back. Maybe actually, because after the Nuno Santos performance, maybe he's not. But he's a left wing back. He's not, or a left back. He's not a center back.
Right.
Anyways, he's more at fault than Adan. So I'll take those back for my comments on Twitter. But even at 3-2, I thought the game was done. Even in the second half, I thought we would at least sneak a third goal and then we're good. Even Esgaio coming on, I thought that would solidify our game. But this defense was so leaky this game, and there were so many issues this game. I know it's game one, and maybe we'll batter Rio Ave next week, and a tough draw, maybe away against Porto, or even will win against Porto away and all back to paradise. The 24th title is back on. But after that first game, I am shitting my pants on this back line. The forwards as well, having Paulinho, I don't know. And then whether we should rock with Pot, Trincão, and Edwards, I don't know. But fuck, man, this back line was so leaky this game that I'm slightly concerned. I'm not even that bothered about the front.
You got to give some merit to the goal scorers, though. They wasn't just that goal from the Bonza goal. Who you're saying it's his defensive issue? Obviously, he didn't get there in time, but there was a ricochet between Vitinha on the first pass to Horta that bounce. Maybe it was a lucky bounce, but same thing with Mateus Nunes, who broke 4 guys in the midfield and went on a run. So there's got to be some merit to the opposition there. Because it was a great
finish. It's also perfectly in the
right. It's just, dude, he is such that player. Like his first touch is like terrible, right? It's like he got cement feet, But he just, dude, he has that thing where the ball goes in the back of the net, dude, which is it's nice to see.
How much did you guys sign him for? Like $3 million?
It was $3 million. Yeah, I think they kept a percentage, like they kept like 20% of a future sale or something. But
Sporting, that would have been $5 million for 50, bro. So good deal, bro.
Yeah, so to me, him versus Quartz was probably one of the most entertaining parts of that match. Al Musrati, I thought, had a good second half, and due to the point where they had to take Nakate out because the card and dropped him back to center back at the end of the game. And he's just, he's another one. If he could shoot, he already wouldn't be here anymore either. But if he had any offensive shooting ability, he'd be gone.
I'm shocked he is still there, to be honest.
I was gonna ask what happened to him, because it seemed like all was like done with him going to Fulham, for example.
Right. I have no clue.
Or even Benfica.
The rumors, it seemed pretty legit. It was like other sources outside of Portugal talking about it, but no, they got Paulinho, which if you saw the Fulham game,
he killed it.
He did exactly what he's supposed to do, break everything up.
He's going to be perfect for the Premier League, man. Oh, my God.
Dude, I said that years ago when he used to get 100 fouls in Braga. I'm like, this guy can't play here. He's fun to watch, but this dude can't play. He's a bulldozer, bro.
Yeah.
He can't play here. But, Musrati, I think there's still 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Still be sold. Hey, maybe he goes to Sporting. We do the trifecta. One to Porto, one to Benfica, one to Sporting. It's all right. It's what it is, man. It's Portuguese football. Somebody's going to get sold at the end.
So, exactly.
Always do.
Always.
And
it's
lastly,
coming for you guys, too. Watch.
And for us, it's looking like, if we're looking at betting odds, right, we're like, oh, it's Inacio Newcastle. Nah, dude. Inacio, bad performance. Mateus, good performance. So, Mateus now, I think, is the more likely one.
But he's always had that physicality, that speed, that, like, you watched him. It was like Nuno Mendes, too. They just had the Nuno Mendes. I don't think I never looked at him and said, this guy is world class, but that guy was never out of position. He's a good defender. I'm like, and he's physical. He's got a big body. I said, this guy is going to go. He's meant for bigger levels in Portugal. And he sure as shit he did.
Yeah. I didn't expect him to have as great of a season at PSG as he did last season.
Right. But he's really never in the wrong position. Doesn't get beat often. I'm like, this guy is just a professional.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a fucking professional. And Mateus Nunes, I think, is the same
going
thing.
Forward.
Rarely injured, which is big nowadays,
Right. Shit. I know.
Yeah.
We brought our right back from Gil Vicente, Zé Carlos, and then they sent him out on loan, and now the right back we kept just got hurt for 3 weeks. So we're doing great.
He pulled his hamstring in the first 20 minutes. Yeah.
It's the worst when you see him just like, yep, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, dude, 22 years old with hamstring problem. That's bad. I'm done with that.
Yeah. That is bad.
He's on loan anyway. You got to go, bro.
The next one I was going to ask you about, another outgoing, and it seemed like it was all. I mean, he did say his goodbye. Let's see if he plays next week. Ricardo Horta. I mean, it's been going on, like you said before we went on. It's going on for 6 months. How do you see that? Is it maybe not a good move per se for the squad, because are you guys going to replace him? Bonza's going to play at the right, maybe a Bel Ruiz and Vitinha up top. Your overall thoughts on that?
Right. I got mixed feelings on the whole thing. It's tough to overall. You look at a guy who's been there for 6 years, scored a ton of goals, played his heart out for your club, and he wants to be able to go to the national team, and is finally being talked about at that level, right? Like the news won't leave him alone. Finally got one chance to play with the national team, poked in a goal. Like, so regardless of, he always said, "Oh, I don't have that overlying ambition to fuck everything and just go do whatever I got to do to get there." But then as soon as that shit starts happening and you get called up to the national team, you want to go. So I understand it. He wants to do what's best for him. He wants to go to the World Cup. Yeah, so that I can see that this eventually will finish. But from what I heard, it was done. It looked like it was done before the game, and then the way he said goodbye looked pretty serious. His brother kind of ran off the pitch, kind of like teary-eyed, just like I think he realized. Maybe it wasn't, but Braga fans definitely like focused in on the video and stuff, and he like kind of was wiping his eyes, and then he just took off in the tunnel. So yeah, let's see what happens. From what I read this morning was that there's an issue right now with Malaga, how they want to receive their money, or they feel like they should be in for more money. And I think part of the reason this is taking so long is I don't think Braga paid anything for this. It was a swap with another player. If I got his name, I personally don't even care what the guy's name is, but they swapped him. This guy scores 100 goals for you. You didn't pay anything for him. The old team got left with resale rights. Whatever the percentage is, it's so like low for Braga's stance of it. And I just think Salvador is just saying, well, I'll tell you what, I'll keep the guy, or you're going to take $3 million. So sign this deal. I'll give you $3 million and fuck off, pretty much, or you get nothing. And then I think they're just pushing back at the fact that he's trying to buy out some shares. Instead of giving you 66%, he's like, well, I guarantee you I'll give you 40%. You know, and I guess they're bad need of money for whatever that situation is.
This is the guy, by the way.
Love it.
Card. You remember him?
Ooh, fucking love it, dude.
I have no recollection of this guy ever playing.
Good for him.
But this
Good
is the
for
guy
him. Fucking, he's been in the news more this week than his whole life.
Yeah,
right, so they pay nothing for him. I'm sure he wants to go. He's probably going to get a pay raise. You're going to go to the national team. Same thing with David Carmo. He knows what the situation is. And he learned from Trincão. They were buddies. He knows. He's like, I can go to Barcelona, go to Liverpool. Shit don't work out. I'm fucked. Or I can stay in Portugal, still be in the Champions League. I know the league. I'm still going to get better, get stronger. His case is a little different, but he still wants to go to the national team. So, yeah, I get it. He's going to go. It's 3 weeks left in this bullshit. He'll go. Replace him? No. Sorry. You're going to just put in Jallo or move a Bell over unless something happens.
Gomes too. That kid's good.
I'm a big fan of him.
Short, but he's good.
Right, yeah. He's exactly. He's like
short king.
Same thing with Vitor Gomes. He's tiny. He's like 5'7".
Yeah.
I think the interesting aspect of it is I think Yuri Medeiros is on the way out. That's who I think is on the way out. We brought in Diego Lainez, the Mexican international.
He's bound for Cyprus, bro. He's bound to Cyprus with one of those teams with all. He feels like there's like 2 or 3 teams in Cyprus with all Portuguese players. Yeah, he's going to like Cyprus or Bulgaria
or Panathinaikos or some shit like that. Yeah.
Or one of those teams in Poland with all the Portuguese people.
Right.
Legia, yeah.
Some shit like that. Right. I think he's on the way out, dude. Dude, when he got that red card against Rangers, I don't think he played the rest of the year. Him and Carvalhal, I think, fucking hated each other. He got a stupid red card when we were already down a man. He got a red card for arguing with the ref. So we were down 2 men by the end of that game. He didn't play. They said it was an injury, but he didn't play a single minute after that, getting kicked out of the Europa League. And then you get subbed out at halftime on this game. I think with Rodrigo Gomes coming up and Diego Lainez, who you brought in with a $7 million buy option, with all intent to probably purchase that as like legitimately the highest purchase Braga will make. Abel Ruiz was 8, but you took the money from Trincão to right. So I think this will probably be the highest purchase Braga will make will be this kid. So and who's blocking him is Yuri Medeiros. I'm like, that just doesn't make sense. So he's the one who's gone. So I think you're going to have a whole new different attack coming up when Horta leaves, Medeiros leaves, and it's go time. It's going young. They won't replace him. They're going to go with what they got. They got 3 guys for 2 positions. See what happens.
Yeah, fair enough. That's really all from the Braga standpoint. Dave, tell me your man of the match.
I want to say fucking Banzama was my guy. Dude. I thought he battled center backs well.
I thought he did really well.
But I thought Musrati at the second half of the game took control defensively. They tightened up. He dropped back far. He had to come back a lot. So I'm going to go Musrati. It was nice to see Nakate play well. He didn't do anything crazy. I thought, I'm like, oh, we lost a defender. We're usually going to bring up shit. But he did pretty well. So, but I'd say Al Musrati. He's my guy.
How about you, Chris?
On another day of soft ass Portuguese league officiating, Al Musrati is potentially thrown out.
Yeah,
I think a second yellow. He picks up a second yellow at some point over a course of like accumulation or just like one of those other fouls. I mean,
but those raised too, though. I thought he got caught a couple times where he got caught pulling shirts intentionally. To me, that could, if they called any of the intentional stuff.
Did Reyes get a yellow?
I think he finally got one. He might have been the first one to get one in the second half.
He didn't.
No.
From Sporting, to be fair, from Sporting it was only Mateus Nunes and Pot. From Braga it was only Nakate and Al Musrati.
Right, they let him play pretty much. I can understand what you're saying. There was one was he stepped on a foot. I don't know if the intent was there, so he got a yellow, but thought it was a good.
I didn't think there was that many fouls, to be fair, within the game. I thought it was
really wasn't
disputed.
I mean, there was one that got called. There was one where Trincão battled the right back or the left back. Nakate fell. He kind of looked like he was leaning, and they called a foul on Trincão. I probably wouldn't have called that, because they both were just fighting for the ball. But that's just the Portuguese league in a nutshell.
Yeah, facts.
I'm
thinking. I'm even just saying yellow cards worthy.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense that there's only 4 in the game total. There's maybe 1 studs up from each team that I remember. That was about it. Nothing too crazy. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
So I'll give my man of the match. I fell off a little bit in the second half, but I think Mateus Nunes, especially since I really didn't even think he finished last season on the highest note.
Yeah.
At least from what we know he can do, which is performances like that. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Mateus Nunes. Hope it wasn't just because Man City scouts are in the stands.
Listen, if Mateus Nunes leaves, we're fucked in the midfield. We are fucked. So I hope he doesn't leave. My man of the match, I'm gonna honestly, it's between Nunes Santos, who I thought had a really good game. I'm still livid that we subbed him off so early, and Banza from Braga, who I thought he had a great game against Sporting. But yeah, those are my two, to be honest. Chris, honestly, I don't know of anything else we can talk about. I know we're trying to leave a bit, we got shit to do, people. We can't be talking for an hour and 40 minutes like normal, but I don't think of anything else that we can talk about, really. I'm trying to think. In a Sporting sense, Tabata left the Palmeiras. That's the number seven freeing up.
We can talk about Esgaio
loss.
Yes, the Esgaio case. Yes. Christian, take that away, actually. Esgaio's Instagram
really
got deleted. Reports today saying that he deleted it just to focus on what's ahead of him. We were maybe speculating that it got banned on Instagram because people were saying that this isn't a real account because he's claiming to be a professional football player. Dave hilariously saying, Sportingistas in mid-season form, which I resonated with because it's disgusting.
You guys eat yourselves, bro.
Agreed.
You guys, the demise is coming again because you fuckers cannot let shit slide. This was the perfect game to just be like, holy shit, this was a good fucking football game.
Yeah,
I get it. There's diehards on both sides. The fact you want to see your team win every game. You lost points in the grand scheme because you enter every year as a title candidate. So it's like you dropped points. Totally get it. But what you watched out there was a good football game. But no, you fuckers are in mid-season form, dude. Mid-season form, man. You would think you guys got kicked out of the Champions League yesterday. Or the Sunday or whatever.
I agree. People were acting like we were already out of the title challenge. You know what I mean? There's no
bananas,
man. First fucking game. Man.
Here's my
away against Braga. Come on.
You guys eat yourselves, dude. You eat
people
yourself.
wanted to get mad at the people they were already mad at for other reasons.
Exactly.
So there's these people that are like, oh, everyone's saying fire Amorim, when it's like really like two people with like 100 followers said it. Like that's it's not a.
Oh, it was Christian.
And then people are like, oh, everyone's sending Esgaio these horrible messages, which from the beginning there really wasn't even any evidence of. And then today they're like, oh, he just deleted it in case he got mean messages, which infers that he didn't even get mean messages. But obviously people were just jumping to conclusions.
Right.
Somehow Ugart gets baited into it, which
that's what
I hate to say this. L for Ugarte's telling a meme page that like they're not like there are a lot of non-meme pages shitting on the same thing, you know, like I don't think that anyone was really hiding behind anonymity here. So Ugarte's tweet's an L, sorry.
What about his performance? Is that a big fucking L too?
He's coming off an injury, though.
I
don't think he was that bad, though. I think when he came on, we changed the game a bit. We started holding possession a lot better with him in midfield than Morita, to be honest.
When did he come in? When was
50
it?
Something in?
Like 60, 50, 60, 55 to 60 maybe.
Yeah, doesn't say. No. But I think it was like the 56th minute. He came around the same time Nuno Sancho left. So and then I thought we started dominating possession a bit more with him in. I should say here.
There's really not much to even say about the Esgaio thing, you know. We just basically we covered it, you know, like something might have happened, something might not have happened. If it did, it was probably like 6 idiots, right? Like not a representation. If people were saying fire Amorim, again, it's like 5 people. Yeah. We need to chill a little bit. But I guess at the same time, it is good that the players are, you know, showing that they're together, right? They're defending their colleagues. They're sticking up for their colleagues, right? You could view that as a positive. But I guess it means Ugarte's the most online member of the team because not like 70% of the guys, I don't even think, if you told them half the shit that goes on here, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, Ugarte and Poro are online a lot. I can tell.
Yeah, he's pretty aware, right? He's pretty aware. He's scrolling.
Pod made a little mention, which I mean, it's a normal caption from him. But he was saying it's not how it starts, it's how it finishes. Tiago Tomás even has to come into this. It's a bit annoying being a Sporting fan having to see the players react like this. Like, I get it. They also kind of react to the positivity, but not as much as when it comes to the negative shit. You know, like it's a few fucking voices. It's not the majority. There was even a manifestation, or not a manifestation. What's the word I'm looking for? There was like a little parade outside of Avalada at the end, like at that night with like each guy, unless that was Photoshop, which I doubt, but with like each guy's picture saying like.
No, that was Photoshop. That was Photoshop.
Okay. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's Photoshop.
Okay.
I saw that too.
I'm like,
it wouldn't shock me though.
Yeah, it wouldn't. But
great.
Just, I think it's annoying from our end as Portuguese. You know, it's first game. Take everything with context. I understand Porto won.
It's bringing me back to the days of the days of the Facebook post. Low key, it was like a Facebook post reaction, like. It was because it wasn't everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, it probably comes off more because the other two teams, they dominated their games.
They dominated.
Right?
I get it.
The issue is you played a different club, dude. I'm telling you, sooner or later, the same thing happens. You're gonna play Marítimo. Maybe Marítimo's tough, depending on where you play him. But you're gonna play a Roca, throw him a beating. What are you supposed to do with it? The same week they play somebody else tough. You know, it was a luck of the draw. Yeah.
I had dinner at my dad's yesterday. My dad was even saying, like, you know, it is what it is. Braga é candidato ao título.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, but maybe candidato a terceiro lugar.
Right. Dude, it's just the reality is that they're chasing the podium. That's the difference. Exactly. It's like they're chasing the podium now. And sooner or later, it's going to eventually happen. They're going to sneak in. It only takes 1 year to ruin somebody's Champions League money. And then it's all gonna crumble. Shit, you guys are gonna eat yourselves. Benfica will be bitching, fire
I mean,
everybody.
the
Listen,
rankings are
I'm
out.
worried.
We're officially behind. We're officially behind
Right.
the Netherlands. We've talked about it
Yeah.
maybe happening,
Right.
likely to happen based on the pace. We're actually behind. And you know how like when you go a year forward, like it erases the previous year.
Right.
Like,
It's
so
like
the
5 years. It's like a
2022,
5-year
23 results
right.
are going to erase like the 15, 16 result. So and
Right.
in those we have a 10 versus 8 advantage. So
Right.
we need to make up an advantage and then overcome the extra
Right.
2 points from the year that we're losing. You know, like. And
Well,
so
there's-
if Braga sneaks in there, who ends up at fourth is straight Europa League group, not even a playoff. You know.
Bananas, dude. And if that, because the fourth don't even get you.
It
Fourth.
doesn't. It's
The
not
problem with
automatic.
fourth is it gets you
Or yeah,
Playoff.
4 would be like playoff.
unless you
It'll get you playoff
won
in
the,
Europa League.
unless you win the Tasa, you don't get in.
Braga's not
true.
automatically in the Europa right now. They are.
They are, but they're only in because
But that's
and the
because we
Tasa?
have 2 spots, or we have 3
Tasa,
spots.
you only have one. The Tasa, you have 2 if the qualifying champions team drops.
Yeah.
But unless the Tasa winner is somebody other than somebody in the top 3, they go.
Mhm.
Like had
Oh,
Tondela
got it.
won, they would be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to drop down, and then Gil Vicente would have dropped down if he thought he would have been out of everything. Like that's how
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit worked.
Yeah.
I
Right.
see,
Right.
yeah.
So it doesn't. You're never going to make up. It doesn't look good with the
Yeah.
way the Europa League's going. So then you're going to have that 1-1 again. So it'll be the champion goes through, the second place gets
place is
and the other
playoff.
one goes through. Then you're in that fucked up situation where you make no money again.
Yeah.
Third preliminary Europa League qualification, not
Right, dude. It's
Fuck.
my club's okay financially. That guy can rob whoever, but on the
I
books,
guess
we
if you
look
lose,
okay.
you go to Conference League playoff now.
I'm okay with the
conference.
dude.
Braga in the conference, bro.
hold
Sporting,
on,
any Portuguese league in the conference league, we're candidates to win that shit.
Did you see the fucking conference league right now? If I couldn't believe this, I'm looking at it. If Gil Vicente gets through,
You know who they're playing?
I think-
Villarreal.
No, that's Vitória.
Oh no, that's Guimarães. Sorry, that's Guimarães. You're right.
See what they do tomorrow.
They're
Anyway,
fucked.
see what happens. But
Yeah.
Gil, if they get through the group, there's a couple teams in that group where it's West Ham, obviously Villarreal's there, West Ham. There's like 2 other teams where you're like, how the fuck are you gonna imagine West Ham going to Brussels. Bunch of English fans, like, how the fuck do I even get there?
They're gonna
Like,
invade
catch a
that
bus?
shit.
No, it's like Tottenham going to Passos.
Right, bro. It's good for them, you know what I mean? But it's like I'd go. I'd fucking
Yeah.
Dude, Passos
I'd
won
go.
the home leg, bro.
Yes. Or they? Yeah.
Right.
They
The
got
first
battered
leg
in
was
London.
Right.
Yeah.
'Cause the stadium was
Everybody
just
got
too
left
big.
out. But
They
you know
couldn't
something,
play.
good for them. If Gil makes it
facts.
through, but there are good teams in there. You got to get through the group stage. Once you get to the knockouts, I think it is
It's
pretty
like Europa, like
pretty
level.
comparable.
It's basically Europa
Yeah.
League, yeah.
I think once you get through the groups, it's pretty comparable. Oh, and you want to come here?
Yeah, like I said, last bit of news was just Tabata going to Palmeiras. A little Bracarense or what?
Yeah. You like Braga? You do? That's right, buddy. Here you go. Toma lá o cachecol.
But yeah, that's really the only other news for Sporting. We'll see if CR7 comes in. We'll see if we get another striker. Honestly, we're pretty much done, boys. Unless then you guys want to end on a last note. Your son want to say Viva Braga on live or what?
What do you want to say?
I know.
You don't know. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
say Viva Sporting. It can be for both teams.
See, that's smart. I left it in the headphones. You don't hear nothing. No, I don't think I got many questions for you. When do you guys hit the panic button? You don't get a good result or a good performance
After the Porto
this week?
game.
I'm worried. We draw against Rio Ave and this fan base is losing its shit.
Oh, dude.
I don't think that happens.
Throw the grenade and just fucking take it. Yeah.
But you know what? I will say this. I see another Varandas masterclass if we lose to Porto in the last day of the transfer window. I'll say that. Because then I think our administration starts panicking if we're 3 games in, 5 or 6 points behind Porto and Benfica. And again, I've said this a million times. I'll say it again. Benfica this season looked fucking dangerous. That Enzo Fernandez kid playing like a man. He's something else. He's something else.
Well, hey, thanks for having me on, fellas. Always a pleasure.
Dave, thanks for getting on again. Always, anytime we play Braga, you already know I'm hitting you up.
Segunda volta,
Always love
bro.
talking.
Segunda
I
volta.
think the problem is you asked me before the match, because every time you ask me before the match, you lose or drop points.
Okay, so
You got to ask me after.
I know what to do after.
That's
bro.
it. Yeah, that's it. You got to do it after.
Feel free to give Dave a follow on Twitter at Dave Pereira 86. Feel free to give me a follow, Steph a follow, Sam a follow, Chris a follow. More importantly, Sporting160_EN. We are on TikTok too. Dave, you're gonna be TikToked up. I hope you're ready for that. Might be on your son's For You page eventually.
Probably.
All
Thanks,
right. Thank you, Dave. Until next time. Sayonara.